Hello everyone, thank you for being here today. We are from Group 5 and we will be discussing about Chapter 18 with the topics of motion study, work sampling, and principles of motion economy. We will start on the definition and concept. Method study is basically conducted to simplify the work and working methods and must go towards higher productivity. It is always desirable to perform the requisite functions with the desired goal and with minimum consumption of resources. Method signifies how work is to be done, description of how we consume resources in order to achieve our target. The main purpose of method study is to eliminate the unnecessary operations and to achieve the best method of performing the operation. Methods are an integral part of work accomplishment and signify, first, how will our methods utilize the limited available resources such as manpower, machines, materials, and money. Second, how our methods physically affect production output of the unit. And lastly, the quality of output obtained by application of our methods. There are three aspects of its application. First, method study proper is concerned with broad investigation and improvement of a shop or section, the layout of equipment and machines, and the movement of men and materials. Method study can be defined as procedure for examining the various activities associated with the problem, which ensures systematic, objective, and critical evaluation of the existing factors, and in addition, an imaginative approach while developing improvements. Motion study is a more detailed investigation of the individual worker or operator, layout of his machines, tools, jigs, and fixtures, and movement of his limbs when he performs his job. The ergonomics aspect, study of environment, body posture, noise level, and surroundings temperature also form part of investigation. Motion study is also measure the work progress of the production or the employees. In our process in purchasing department, we encounter delays in our processing of the documents. We investigate through the use of task timing. In this technique, we can determine the time required for carrying out the task. And lastly, micromotion study, much more detailed investigation of very rapid movements of the various limbs of worker. Scope of method study. The task of work simplification and compatible work system design concerns with the followings. Indicators of method study. Some common indicators which show the requirement of method study investigation in manufacturing processes are First, bottlenecks in the production system, which results in the long delivery dates or unbalanced workflow. Second, underutilization of resources as indicated by idleness of plant. Third, the quality of the product may be affected by poor workers' morale and this may lead to high absenteeism. And lastly, inconsistent wages or earning of workers also indicates a need for review of production techniques. Causes of method improvement. Improvement approach to method design is essential since method describes how resources are to be used in order to convert them into desired output or final products. In order to accomplish the purpose through a network of facilities, operations, and route sheets of the production process contains instructions that how particular production component can be manufactured. This is usually contains a detail about time required to perform the required operation. Elements of method design. To design an appropriate method, the following 8 elements of any system, respective of its size, must be taken into consideration. First, the purpose is required form of the system or what the system should achieve. Input, materials to be processed to achieve production target. Third, the output product of the system, some additional output like byproduct may also be obtained. Fourth, sequence, process planning of operation required for conversion of input into output. Fifth, working environment, working conditions such as lighting, temperature, humidity, safety, equipment, and any health hazards under which the system operates. Manpower, helps to accomplish the steps of sequence without becoming part of the output. However, their skill level, responsibilities, motivation, incentives, and wages affect their performance to a large extent. Physical facilities. It includes machines or equipment and resources which help in the accomplishment of meeting the output target. And lastly, information techniques. The quality of work output is affected to a large extent by information resources and it aids like processing instructions, operation sheets, specification sheets. Dimensions of method design elements. First, the control. The evaluation of each element is essential from control point of view, thus scope should be there for incorporating modification in activities in order to achieve the desired goals. Second, the interaction. It is the reaction between one element in the system, such as hiring equipment instead of purchasing. Third, output rate. It is the time-basis measure of the element during the working of the system may be output produced. Fourth, the basic description. The fundamental of the element in terms of physical characteristics and specification. And last, the future scope. Research is required for suggesting what changes should be brought in to have planned production activities. Benefits of using method engineering. First, this will also help in bringing close coordination between the management and the employees or workers. This helps in improving plant efficiency, thereby increasing the profit, part of which may be given to workers as bonus. It is also possible to reduce the chances of labor trouble like strikes, churros, lockout by effecting optimum agreements between management and labor unions. It helps in deciding or determining the suitability of existing methods or the proposed methods. And last, with increasing the operation staff, quick returns on investment are possible.
Meet Beth. She owns her own business, making and selling birdhouses. To make a birdhouse, Beth needs wood, paint, nails, tools, and her own labor. These are her inputs. An input is any resource used to create goods and services. It takes Beth 1 hour to make each birdhouse. The completed birdhouses are her output. Output is the quantity of goods or services produced. With experience, Beth discovers better ways to make her birdhouses. By rearranging her production process, Beth is able to build more birdhouses in the same amount of time. She also develops skills that allow her to complete each step in less time. With these improvements, Beth can now make 2 birdhouses each hour. By increasing her output without an increase in the time she worked, Beth has increased her productivity. Productivity is a measure of economic performance that indicates how efficiently inputs are converted into output. Growth in productivity is measured by dividing the change in output over time by the change in inputs over time. Beth could decide that she wants to stop working after she makes 3 birdhouses. If she produces the same output as before with fewer inputs, such as working fewer hours, then her productivity still increases. Increases in productivity allow Beth to either produce more output or have more free time, improving her standard of living. Similarly, the standard of living for the country as a whole depends on improvement in overall productivity. Historically, productivity growth has led to higher wages for workers and higher profits for businesses. To learn more about BLS productivity measures, visit bls.gov/LPC.
Factors which contribute towards the selection of a problem for method study. Economic factors. If the economic importance of a job is small, it is of no use to initiate or continue a long study. It is important to give priorities to those types of problem or job which offer more potential for cost and control or reduction. Before one goes ahead with the problem, a suitable reply to the following questions should be found out. Have a high labor input. Have excessive idleness of man and machine. Involve heavy overtime payments to workers. Have excessive rejection rates of items produced. Have production. Have a pressing demand. Have work duplication at various workstations. Have higher accidents proportion. Have longer movements of men or materials. Have never been studied for incorporating improvements and have higher rework rate and technical factors. The most important point is to ensure that adequate technical knowledge about the process to be investigated is available if a workable solution is to be found. For example, a particular machine tool is hurdle in each achieving the desired production rate, and an increasing in cutting speed or depth of cut increases the output but affects the quality seriously. In such situations, technical expertise in machine tools and metal cutting process is essential in order to solve problems of this kind. Human factors. Emotional reactions of the working staff to the method study and changes in method are important considerations. The causes may be summarized as follows: to earn more wages, to attain promotions, to be liked by fellow workers, to be of some importance among colleagues and senior staff, to get some satisfaction from the work involved, to be part in decision-making process concerning welfare scheme for employees, to obtain security of job position. Procedure of method study. Selection of work job to be studied. This is one of the most important tasks to select appropriate job, activity, or situation for method analysis. Method study and its implementation will cost money. Practically, any activity is a potential project for improvement, but only those jobs should be selected when there are some valid reasons for method study, like job or activity is unpopular or considered dirty by workers. Maximum cost benefit is the normal. Collection and recording of necessary information. Obtain the facts about the present method of doing the job and record them. In order to improve an activity or procedure, the factual information is collected from the place where the job under study is being executed by direct visual observation. This can be done by recording movement of machines or materials, recording the critical procedure in the job, recording the operator's performance, recording the path movements of workers, machines, and allied operations, recording the path of movement to improve the workplace layout, recording the scrap generated. Critical examination of the existing method. Now examine the facts critically. This is a key step in the whole study. The information available in the form of charts and graphs can now be thoroughly studied and analyzed in order to detect the production stages where improvement in the method is possible. This is achieved by questioning the different activities of the process in a systematic, logical, and objective manner. The questioning sequence follows a well-established pattern examines the purpose for which the activities are undertaken, the place at which the activity is undertaken, the sequence in which the activity is undertaken, the person by which the activity is undertaken, and by means by which the activity is undertaken, with a view to eliminate, simplify, combine, or rearrange the various elements of work or job to improve the work method. These questions can help in development of new method by getting the answers for what should be done, when should be done, who should do it, where should it be done, how should it be done. The following improvements are possible on the basic answers to these questions: improvement in material flow, improvement in working conditions, improvement in manufacturing techniques, improvement to clerical routine, reduction in material waste. Develop the new improved method. The analysis of existing work method can provide a starting point for a synthesis of suggested improvements in job performance. The technique especially designed for improving work method is called process improvement formula. The four steps of the formula are: eliminate the unnecessary activities, combine two or more activities, sequence the various activities properly, simplify the activities. Complete elimination of unwanted activities is the most important step in developing an improved method. If elimination is not possible, the possibility of combining the different activities should be explored. The next strategy in development stage is to identify scope of changes in the sequence of operations or activities. The last and important plus expensive step in process of method development is the simplification of activities in order to allow the operator or worker to complete the job more quickly and easily by reducing the number of operations, reducing or eliminating the delays and storage. Finally, after selecting the work method to be adopted, certain amount of experimentation will be required to locate and eliminate snags if any. Specify the improved method. It is essential that the selected method be described fully and in systematic manner. Specifications of the selected method accomplish several purposes like communication of the method to the management for its approval, communication to those concerned with its implementation, like instructions to workers and so forth, as the machine and layout are concerned. Provision of an official record of the method. The new method should possess the following aspects: full use of worker's body, arrangements of workplace, design tools and equipment. The acceptance of new method will mainly depend on the cost-benefit, trade unions' approach, working hours, and security requirements. Install the improved method. Involves training of those who are going to utilize the new method. Cooperation is essential for both supervisory staff and operators, and it should be entrusted to a responsible person. This new method can be further improved by way of continuous observations and discussions. Trial runs may be carried out during which minor modifications may be made to facilitate working. Employees and management should be subjected to intensive analysis so that the proposed method is operated in the best possible manner. Installation phase is complete as soon as the newly installed method starts working smoothly and satisfactorily and provides encouraging results. Then maintain the improved method. Even after workers' training and incorporations or requisite changes in machines and layout, there is no guarantee that the method will be used the way it was designed. Proper functioning is ensured by periodic checks and verification. The purpose of this check and reverse is to determine if the method being adopted and practiced is the same and has deviation from the selected one. The reasons for deviation should be explored and the required changes may be incorporated in the procedure being practiced. Views of persons concerned with the installed method can be of much help in exploring further improvements in the system. Therefore, the method should be reviewed at intervals to provide allowances for any process chart symbols. Process charts are the graphical representation or diagram or pictures which gives an overall view of a process. Process charts are denoted by symbols. The symbols give a better understanding of the facts. So following are the various symbols to record various events. Thus, a chart indicates the process with the help of symbols and aids for better understanding with the purpose of improvement and identification of facts. Operation process chart. This is also known as outline process chart, and it provides a compact overall view of the whole system of operations involved in the production of a product. In this chart, only the main activities carried out to complete the job are recorded in the sequence of their occurrence, but irrespective of where they are performed and who performs them. Thus, only symbols of process chart are used in preparing it. Sometimes a brief note about the nature of each activity may be operation or inspection, and the time allowed are mentioned by the side of symbols. An operation process chart has the following advantage: to improve shop or plant layout, helps in specifying the basic manufacturing system, helps in determining sequence of assembly and the scheduling activities regarding dates of purchase material and completion dates for fabricated parts, to introduce the new technical person with the manufacturing system. This is an example of operation process chart. So the processing of material and various activities are shown vertically on the entry or purchase of material by horizontal lines as shown in the figure.